What is going on YouTube? It is King Rigid or Jazz here today, and today I'm going to be sharing you. Oh, hold up, I gotta grab this. I just logged in. Gotta grab that. All right, back to the build video. All right, what's up, guys? That's crazy. All right, so we'll just get straight into the build here. So we got 25 dexterity on the helmet here. We got empowering shooter stance. Now you don't need empowering shooter stance. It's not one of those things where you're gonna absolutely flop without it. I literally, it's super situational, guys. Like you can definitely live without it. Refreshing evasion, but when it does work, it's spot on, dude. Like it's nice. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna move over to the chest piece here. 15 dexterity, 10 intelligence. We got some resilient. I only picked this up for resilient. Void bent grips. Medium leg wear. Now, the only reason why we're using medium on the hands and light on the chest piece was because I personally work around crippling powder burn. Crippling powder burn is just way too good for you to not work around it. It really does set the tone for the build. Without it, you're just in such a disadvantage without this ability, or without this perk, I should say. And I found it in Resilient, and believe it or not, but I picked these up for like 5K. One trick to like getting like super cheap stuff is to just keep checking the trader. You want to go ahead and just keep checking the trader like over and over and over and over and over again until you can find the piece that you want, because a lot of times people in this game, they'll sit at the trader and they make their money by just buying the cheap stuff and then flipping it for more expensive. So when you go in there and you see one of these pairs of pants for like 25K, more than likely someone had already bought it for like 5 or 4K and then went ahead and flipped it to make a 20K profit. Basically everybody that has a lot of money in this game that I know does that. Like every time I'm like, oh, how do you make money? They're like, trying to teach me how to flip stuff in the trader, which I have. I flipped a couple of things in the trader, but we're not gonna go there. So we got the light footwear, 25 dexterity. We got the resilient. I literally only bought these because of resilient. I don't have any. This is the only piece that I have on that I don't have resilient, but I don't really have any refreshing. I do recommend trying to get resilient and refreshing if you could. For the necklace, we're running fortified recovery and health. You absolutely need health on this build. Like health is just one of those things that you have to have. If people tell you, oh, you don't need to have health on the amulet or whatever, you need it because you don't really have any constitution. So you don't have a way to get any health other than this piece. Fortified recovery is kind of doo doo. You can go ahead and swap that out for something else. For the ring, we got 24 dexterity, physical ward, hardy, and keen awareness. Now, there's only two ways in this game that you can get keen awareness. You can get it on your weapons, you can get it on your ring. I highly suggest getting it on at least one of them. Optimally, you can get it on both. Hardy is okay, but we're in light armor, so you're only going to get 3 roll dodges anyway, so there's not really a point in having it. If you're really bad with stamina management, I suggest maybe grabbing it because it gives you an extra roll dodge. Probably about a second sooner than you would be if you didn't have it. But that's about it. For the earring, we got 24 dexterity, elemental ward, refreshing toast, and regeneration. I really like refreshing toast. It's a PvP best in slot perk. You gotta have it. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Regenerating is personal preference. You can do it without it. Like you don't need it, but I love it, dude. It's nice. And I actually picked this up for somewhat cheap. Wasn't expensive. All my stuff is dirt cheap. I don't, like I said, if you guys just sit in the trader, the only thing here that was kind of at a locked price was this the void bent or whatever. That was the only piece that was locked, but it was the only decent medium hands that I could find. So whatever. This dude. So let me tell you a little bit of a story on how I got this. So before they had that thing where they said that, oh, you could get grandfathered in or whatever. Now let me remind you, this was back when my gear score was not at 590 for most of my stuff, dude. It was at like 530. I thought to myself that I was never gonna get to I was never going to get to 590. So I was freaking out, dude. I was checking the trader like every 2 seconds, just making sure. Now on my server, they don't sell muskets. They're all purple at like 2K. Like no one likes muskets in my server. So someone listed this for like 10K, dude. Oh man, I picked this up. Now, if you guys go ahead and you guys check out the video that I had posted previously, Literally, the video that I posted before this one, you'll see Plague crits in action. Tankier guy, you know, he looked like he wasn't healing, but he was trying to heal, but he couldn't because I kept peppering him with the Plague crits. Every time that you'd roll dodge in this build, you get a 100% chance at getting a crit every 10 seconds. So my best advice would be just knock him down with the rapier a little bit. Go ahead and throw a roll dodge in and smack him one time with the musket. Pretty OP. We got the Rapier of the Ranger, Keenly Jagged and Enchanted. The reason why I'm using Keenly Jagged is because I was tired of people just like blocking all of my abilities. So I went ahead and I was like, okay, well, you know, they can't block dot damage. So I've been testing it out, but you can also use something with Keenly Empowered. Now, if you could get Keenly Empowered and Enchanted, stuff like that, that'd be dope. But this one has Surrendering Riposte, Keenly Empowered. And the reason why I got that one was just because I don't have Surrendering Riposte on anything else. And you got to remember that the Rapier, you're not really like, the Rapier is going to be more of like a defense thing. You don't want to get like super close. You can get close, but you don't want to be like super close type thing. Keenly Empowered is really nice. Surrendering Riposte does transfer over to the front bar, so does Keenly Empowered. So that'll help you get health back in the end. And we got, but this one has kind on it, and if you go ahead and you look in my last video, you'll see kind in action, because with the ancients, you just got to check it out. It's nice. So we're using the common honing stones. I make these myself. I highly suggest making these yourself. Don't buy these from the trader. Now you're gonna see these right here, dude. Don't buy these from the trader either. Yeah, I wouldn't buy these from the trader, dude. They're like 5 gold a piece. So I'll just go ahead and use these while I farm these. You can use the roasted wolf loin, but you cannot get to 50 con with the roasted wolf loin. So if you do this one, go full glass cannon. Mushroom sauce, you can get to 50 con. So if you're out 1vxing, then go ahead and put 5 con. But if you're in a war, go ahead and go full glass cannon. Or if you want to, you can go full glass cannon while you're out 1vxing. Just high risk, high reward. That's all that is. That's all we got here. Let's go into attributes. We got 300 dexterity, 151 intelligence, and 50 constitution. And that's with the food that I was telling you guys with the 50 con. You could always put this into intelligence. No big deal. Weapon mastery. Yeah, I know I don't have anything, guys. It's because I only play 2 things. All right, so for this one right here, we're going to go ahead and use Called Shot. You guys could probably just screenshot this if you want to. This is the best in slot. Now, let me talk a little bit about this one right here. Dealing damage to a trap target heals you for 100% of the damage of the weapon damage dealt. This is insanely overpowered, guys. It's not really overpowered because trap never works, neither does Surrendering Riposte, but when it does work, it's nice. You can also use Sticky Bomb. Sticky Bomb is fun to use, I'm telling you. You can also use this as well if you want. If you don't want this, I recommend using this in a war. Don't run any of this and just go ahead and focus on your main damage. But you could use this in a war. You could try this in a war. I've used Sticky Bomb in a war sometimes. This stuff is kind of fun, not gonna lie. So with the rapier, now remember my rapier does have Keenly Jagged on it, so I'm gonna have these right here. I took off the swiftness just because I have this ability right here, and I also have evade. So evade just kind of like I said, I'm not gonna be dancing around people too much because you got to remember how squishy you are. And then I went ahead and I used this, deal 5% more damage to targets with a rapier bleed. Yes, Keenly Jagged does count as a rapier bleed because it's on the rapier, so that does work out. I don't use this one right here just because I try not to stay too close for too long. But yeah, dude, that concludes today's build video. I hope you guys liked it. And if you have any questions as to why I'm running certain things, then just go ahead and let me know. If you guys want to see the build in action, the video that I posted before, the one right before this video, I'll try to link it in the video. That video is with this build, like with what I got going on here. Orielcum cartridges. Got a guy in the guild who sells these for a lot cheaper than you can find them in the trader, but use these when you do dungeons or whatever. It's no big deal. It's not like any of these things are hard. I would take Infamy over this gun, but again, it's situational because I feel like that this gun is really good with the trap. You can roll back and get a nice headshot and just destroy. But Infamy has a lot more pressure, just absolute pressure with this gun. You would have to like get headshots after headshots because of the Volpole. Enchanted is good. It would probably be doo-doo if it didn't have Enchanted on it, but It's a good setup, guys. Go ahead and give this a try. Tell me what you guys think. And this is gonna be far from. This isn't like the end destination. Like I said, I'm just trying the dot build. So far, I'm really liking the dot build. It just works. People can't block it. It just constantly ticks with plague crits on top of the dots. They try to heal through the dots, but now that it's harder for them to heal, they got the dots on them. It's insane, dude. I hope you guys like it. Like I said, give it a shot. Now, let me remind you, you can actually swap the rapier out for spear. But I just like the rapier playstyle. I feel like the rapier is really fast, so I just use rapier instead of spear. But spear would give you more dot damage. Like I said, it's up to the user. This is my preference right here. I am using the gemstone or the common gemstone dust because when you're running around getting pepper sprayed by people with fire staffs, it comes in handy. Also, ice spike comes in handy. Infused health potions are cheap. I think I already went over that. I have one fire ward on here because when you're running away from people, you're always getting peppered by fire flame staffs. The majority of these gems are going to be elemental and then physical as the secondary. This one right here is all elemental, physical secondary, physical. Yeah, so that's the build. I hope you guys liked it. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. I'm going to be coming out with more builds. I'm not done with whatever it is that I'm doing, like I said. But you could actually, if you can find crippling powder burn on a medium chest piece, it would be best in slot because then you could get up to 12.7, which is the highest that you can get. But other than that, guys, I think that we covered it all, man. Yeah. All right. Well, you guys have a good rest of your day. Like I said, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. And I'll talk to you in the next one. Peace.